Hello everyone, I am Dee Dorsey. Many of you know me from previous classes, but for those of you who do not, I am currently a senior majoring in psychology with a minor in leadership development. Now I know by now all of us in here have experienced some type of leadership, whether good or bad, effective or ineffective. I'm quite confident that right now many of you are probably thinking about who that leader is or was in your life. Now, Troy defines leadership as the art and science of influencing the positive transformation of people, organizations, and societies. So far this term, we've watched some exemplary displays of leadership and followership at its finest in the movies of Coach Carter and Crimson Tide. Today I'm going to discuss the leadership styles displayed by Captain Ramsey and Lieutenant Commander Hunter in the movie Crimson Tide. I'll review which styles I would emulate, and I'll also explain the type of leadership style used in conjunction with Kelly's followership description in the movie. There are so many styles and descriptions of leadership that it's sometimes hard to differentiate between them all. So I'll do my best not to bore you by giving you an endless list of descriptions and definitions. Starting with Captain Ramsey. His main leadership style was authoritative throughout the movie. He didn't feel the need to use or even give much thought to the opinions of others. He expected his followers and his subordinates to simply follow orders no matter what. Even if it was for the welfare of his crew, little opportunity was given for suggestions. In fact, even though Captain Ramsey had a substantial amount of combat experience, in my opinion, he seemed a bit intimidated by the highly educated Lieutenant Commander Hunter. So much so that it seemed he blatantly goes out of his way to undermine and belittle the Lieutenant Commander throughout the movie. On the other hand, Lieutenant Commander Hunter, though highly educated, has little combat experience. Yet, he effectively used a situational style of leadership which proved to be beneficial for him and the majority of the crew members. Effective leaders know how and when to utilize a certain style in order to get the most out of their team. I think the lieutenant commander excelled at this by utilizing leadership styles such as democratic styles. He demonstrated autocratic styles, delegative styles, participative styles, and also transformational styles. He knew his place and he tried to respectfully stay in his lane. However, he had the courage to stand up against the captain in the midst of conspiracy. I think it's important to point out right there that this demonstrates a mix of followership, or should I say good followership, and leadership. But I'll get back to the followership part a little later. Now, moving on to the type of style I would want to emulate, I would have to say a mixture of them all. The reason being is that the ability to transition from style to style in order to match a given situation accordingly removes the limitations and places the leader in a position to be successful in various situations and circumstances. Kind of like being a thermostat. I want to be able to automatically set my thermostat to accommodate the temperature of the room or organization. If it's too cold, I want to provide just enough heat to warm things up, and if it is too hot, I would like to provide just enough coolness to chill things off. At the same time, if the room, or should I say organization, is at just the right temperature, then I want to ease off and allow room for comfort and creativity to flow. Now, on to Kelly's description of followership. During the scene where the Lieutenant Commander Hunter finds out that Vossler is in charge of repairing the much-needed radio. We are shown that Vossler initially displays an alienated style of followership. He was somewhat cynical and was, in previous scenes, heard making negative, like smart-aleck comments. The lieutenant commander recognizes the uneasiness of his actions and of his demeanor, and he proceeds to try and counter it by laying out the problem and at the same time expressing trust in him. Now he's able to lighten the situation while at the same time underscoring the seriousness of it by making reference to the movie Star Trek. And I believe he continues also to check in and provide encouragement to Vossler until the radio is repaired. This to me is a great example of the use of a transformational style of leadership in conjunction with an alienated style of followership. And in closing, I've told you about the autocratic or authoritative style of leadership and the situational style of leadership, respectively used by Captain Hunter, or Captain Ramsey, should I say, and Lieutenant Commander Hunter throughout the movie Crimson Tide. I have also explained to you that I would like to be somewhat of a thermostat in emulating a situational style leadership, just as Lieutenant Commander Hunter utilized in the movie. I've also provided you an example of a successful use of a leadership style in conjunction with a followership style as described by Kelly. Now I look forward to hearing what type of leadership style many of you would utilize in your own briefings. Thank you for your time.